So the first round of the NFL draft has came and went, and the biggest winners of the night might be the Philadelphia Eagles, as not only were they able to get away with an absolute robbery with the draft falling into place for them once again, as they were able to land what many say is the top corner in the draft, but they were also able to lock up yet another one of their best players for the long term on a huge contract extension, which just seems impossible when you look at what else they've done. Plus, a bunch more happened in the draft last night, with the newest Eagle expressing his excitement to be in Philly, while Darius Slay is eager to mentor the Birds' cornerback of the future, and Micah Parsons was left in disgust once again by what the Eagles did in the first round. So we're going to talk about all that and more in this video today, and we won't waste any time. Let's get straight into it. So first, I want to start out with something that happened before the draft, as on Wednesday, some big news happened in the NFL as the Lions extended their star wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown on a record-breaking 4-year, $120 million contract extension, which made him at the time the highest paid receiver in the NFL. Now, St. Brown is an incredible player, and is coming off an all-pro season for the Lions, in which he put up over 1,500 yards, so he definitely did deserve this massive contract, but this affected the Eagles at the time because they had just given one of their stud receivers in DeVonta Smith a new contract extension, that being for 3 years and $75 million. And with both Smitty and St. Brown being 3-year players, their production in the league has been pretty similar, yet we obviously saw St. Brown get paid a lot more than DeVonta. And yes, even though Amon-Ra's numbers are technically higher, it's not by much, and we also have to remember that he's the #1 wide receiver on his team, while DeVonta is the wide receiver too. So I think when you compare the two contracts, it's safe to say that the Eagles got an absolute steal. His contract is for great value, so that's definitely awesome, and it's also a testament to Howie and the Eagles front office being able to get this done early and set the wide receiver market for this offseason. But the Smitty extension was not the end of the Birds handing out big contracts to receivers, as over the past couple days, we kind of started to get word from a couple different sources, namely Jake Rabati and Howard Eskin, that the Eagles may have actually started to work on a new contract extension for AJ Brown as well, which for the media members that continuously try to force AJ out of Philly by creating unnecessary drama and just completely invalid trade rumors, I'm sure that was kind of a hard pill to swallow. But for the real Eagles fans, this was obviously incredible news, and it's even better now that the deal has actually gotten done, as just before the start of the draft, Ian Rappaport reported, quote, "Sources, the Eagles and star wide receiver AJ Brown agreed to terms on a new 3-year extension for $96 million, the highest for any wide receiver in NFL history. He's now under contract through 2029, and his total guarantee of $84 million is also the highest." Now, first off, I do gotta say that the speed at which this all came together was truly just incredible. I mean, to be honest, they were probably working on this extension for a while now, and we just didn't really hear about it until recently, but the fact that the Birds and AJ got this extension done this early and this quickly was just amazing, because now not only will AJ be an Eagle through the 2029 NFL season, which is the next 6 years, but they got it done a few years early, meaning that they don't have to worry about it down the line. And even though AJ now is the highest paid receiver in the NFL currently, the salary cap is going to continue to go up, and the value of receivers is going to continue to rise as well. So we're probably going to look back on this deal as yet another steal for the Eagles. Plus, on top of that, by extending AJ's contract, they almost certainly have lowered the cap hit significantly for the 2025 and 2026 seasons, in which the cap hits were set to be insanely high. And they also got this deal done ahead of most of the other receivers that are set to be paid this offseason. So once again, we see the genius of Howie Roseman, and that he got this done super early. He set the market, and this deal is going to end up being for great value. And that's not even mentioning the fact that AJ Brown is not going anywhere for a very long time. No, he's not getting traded like some of these sad people in the media are trying to make it seem like. He's staying in Philly for a long time, and it's just amazing. I mean, this is clearly one of the best receivers in the league, and we got him wrapped up through 2029, in addition to his partner in crime DeVonta Smith being locked up through 2028. So safe to say, this was just an unbelievable move by the Eagles, and it's also just so crazy how they've been able to hand out so many huge contracts this offseason and lock up their star core for years to come. I mean, Howie Roseman is truly a cap wizard, so drop a like down below for that. But moving on here, we still obviously got to talk about what happened in the first round of the draft, because the Eagles made out pretty well there too, as after all the speculation and wondering who the Eagles were going to take in the first round and what possession and whether they were going to trade up or not, the first round has came and went, and we got our answers to all those questions, as the Birds opted not to trade up like the rumors were saying. Instead, they sat back and watched all these offensive players fly off the board early, and as that happened, then some of the top defensive players started to fall, and by the time we got to pick number 22, which of course was the Eagles selection, they still had plenty of great options to choose from, and one of them was a guy that they had been linked heavily to in recent days in Toledo's star cornerback Quinyon Mitchell, who many people believe to be the top corner in the draft. So the Eagles took advantage of the fact that he fell, as they selected him right there at pick number 22, and I gotta say, I personally think that this pick was amazing. I mean, Mitchell is a guy who many believed was a top 15 type of talent in the draft, and many believe that he is the best corner in this class. And this is a guy who just a few days ago, there were rumors that the Birds were going to try and trade up for him. I mean, there was a deal that I discussed in my last video where it was rumored that they were discussing trade-up scenarios with the Broncos to try and move up 10 spots to get Mitchell, and in that scenario, they had the Birds giving up one of their second-round picks for this year. But instead, Mitchell fell, the Eagles didn't have to give up anything, and they still landed him at number 22. So, I mean, to me, it seems like the Eagles got away with an absolute robbery. And I haven't even discussed just how good Mitchell really is. I mean, just to start off, the guy is an athletic freak with crazy speed. He just ran a 4.33 at the combine and was once clocked in at 23.7 miles per hour at practice, and he can also squat 555 pounds on top of that. And if you watch the tape, I mean, this guy jumps out at you. He's just fantastic in coverage, whether it be man or zone, so he's got that versatility there, although he is definitely a bit better in zone, which that actually makes him an even better fit into Vic Fangio's defense. And on top of that, he has the ability to play outside or inside, and he also has phenomenal ball skills as he led the MAC in pass breakups over the past 2 seasons, on top of having a pick last year and 5 of them in 2022. Plus, he also brings some physicality as well. So just overall, you can tell that this guy has the potential to become a really, really good player and even a star at the NFL level one day, and he also could come in and contribute right away if that's what the Eagles want him to do. And all in all, I mean, it's just amazing that he ended up falling to them the way that he did. Now, as is custom after the first round of the draft, Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman spoke to the media, and Howie explained why they decided to take Mitchell while expressing excitement about the pick.
Excited to get
Quinyon
Mitchell to Philadelphia. I think that for us, as the board kind of came off and a lot of offensive players came off, we felt like we were in a good position at 22, the way it fell for us and the players that were left on the board. We had a hard decision based on the guys that were left on the board, but we felt based on the player, based on the totality of the circumstances with the player, his talent, his character, and the position, we felt like it was the right pick for us.
I feel like Howie and just all the guys in the Eagles organization are probably pretty excited about getting Mitchell, especially after they didn't have to trade anything to move up, and he just fell into their laps at 22. And you heard Howie say there that he feels like it was the right pick, and he also mentioned Mitchell's character and him as a person as that made that the case. And I bring that up because something else that I also think is really cool about this pick, and probably one of the reasons that the Birds were so high on him and just decided to take him in the first place, is because Mitchell's coach at Toledo, Jason Candle, was a teammate and actually a roommate of Nick Sirianni when the two were together at Mount Union. So you know that the Eagles talked to him about Quinyon, and they definitely liked what they heard. And now Mitchell's an Eagle, and I'm sure all sides involved are happy about it. And you can tell that from this footage from the draft room at the moment that the Eagles called him.
Hey man, it's Howie Roseman. I'm the GM of the Eagles. How you doing?
Doing good.
What are you thinking about coming to Philly?
No, ready, man.
You ready?
I'm ready.
I know it. I love it. We can't wait to get you here, brother. Congratulations. We're going to pick you with this pick. You're an Eagle.
I appreciate y'all for sure.
Quinyon,
What's up, Coach?
congrats, man.
I appreciate you, Coach, for sure.
Man, we are so excited to get you, dude. So excited to get you. So I've been hearing about you for about 3 years from all my guys over there. They've been lobbying for that for a long time. So congratulations. We can't wait. I'm gonna put you on the phone with our owner. I'll give you a call a little bit later here tonight.
Yes, sir.
All right, here's Mr. Laurie.
Hey, Quinyon, congrats, man.
I appreciate it.
We've been hoping. We never thought we'd actually have a chance to get you at 22, so we're just thrilled. You're joining a great team, as you probably know. So,
yes, sir. I'm ready to roll.
I know you're ready to roll. We're excited to have you, man, and you're going to be a terrific young player. We know that.
Yes, sir.
Look forward to seeing you real soon.
So again, sounds like everybody is happy and excited that Mitchell's an Eagle. Well, all but Micah Parsons, who once again was absolutely devastated by what the Eagles did in round 1.
The 22nd pick, the Eagles, yes! Selecting Micah Parsons' favorite player for the 2nd straight year. Cornerback out of Toledo, Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell out of Toledo, a 4.33 40. Holy moly, is this guy fast. Micah, how you feeling?
I mean, I'm honestly utterly disgusted on how lucky the Eagles are. It's just like Chris, I do not know how he fell that far with this run of offensive tackles and quarterbacks. That's the only thing that makes sense. I thought he was a top 15, top 12 talent and he just fell right into their laps.
And he was your favorite player?
He was definitely one of my more favorite players in this draft. Like I said, he rose in every bar. He hit he checked every box. And like I said, we don't know what Darius, and the mentors, he has one of the best quarterbacks to play the game, Darius Slay, to mentor him. I think this is a great pick. I mean, I think this is a terrific pick, man. I don't know how Howie and them get so lucky. I
mean, this was just hilarious. And Micah, if you're watching, you know the secret's out at this point. Like, just come on over to Philly when you get the chance. We know you want to at this point. But jokes aside, Parsons actually did make a pretty good point in that clip, being that Mitchell also has one of the best corners in the game to mentor him in Darius Slay. And Slay himself actually took to Twitter to congratulate Quinyon, and he also responded to a post in which a fan asked Slay if he thinks Mitchell's coming for his job, as he responded in the perfect way saying, quote, "Hope so. I'm here to make sure that he's ready to go when my time is up." So that's just awesome. It really does sound like Darius Slay is ready to be the mentor that Mitchell needs. And I mean, can we just appreciate the class by Darius Slay there? I mean, I feel like Eagles fans give him a really, really hard time. And I really don't understand why, honestly. Because he's just a great player. He has been that ever since he got to the Eagles back in 2020. And stuff like this just shows that he's also a great leader too. So you just gotta give him credit for that. And it's gonna be awesome to have Slay mentor Quinyon Mitchell and make him an even better player. And speaking of that, this draft pick is made even more perfect by the fact that Mitchell has said multiple times that he models his game after Darius Slay himself. So this is just a perfect fit for him here in Philly. And Mitchell obviously also spoke to the media after he was drafted, where he expressed that he's excited to get to work now that he's an Eagle.
Yeah, I feel like everything happened for a reason. I mean, I'm in the right fit. I'm with the right organization right now. So, I mean, I feel good. I mean, I'm excited and I'm ready to get to work.
Plus, on top of that, Mitchell also spoke to John Clark, where he revealed that he nearly missed Howie Roseman's call when they drafted him, and he also explained why he was so loyal to Toledo during college.
Did you initially miss the call from the Eagles?
I missed the call, and then it came to my other phone, and then I answered, so thank God for that.
Best call you've ever gotten?
Best call I ever gotten.
So I don't know if you know this, you may know this, but Nick Saban revealed tonight that at Alabama, the transfer portal, the #1 guy they were waiting on to see if he would enter the transfer portal was you.
Oh, for real?
He said that. So you decided to stick with Toledo.
Yeah.
How come?
Just money and other opportunities, they're just not bigger than relationships. Relationships I had at Toledo, they're just so strong, so that's why I stayed. I love those guys. I love everybody in the organization, so just the relationships.
So I think these clips are pretty awesome for a number of reasons. One of those being that he just seems excited to be an Eagle, but I also think what he said there about his decision to stay at Toledo because of the relationships is huge, because that loyalty is something that when it comes time for extension talks with the Eagles, assuming he does pan out and becomes the player that they hope he becomes, that loyalty that he has is going to be great for them. So overall, again, I just love this pick, and I really do feel like the Eagles made out like absolute bandits in the first round of the draft. But the draft action is not over, as the Birds still have plenty more picks in this draft, including 2 second-rounders tonight. So I'm going to be covering it all and breaking it all down on this channel. So if you don't want to miss any of that, make sure you subscribe, and also really, really importantly, turn on notifications so you're notified instantly when one of these videos is uploaded. And also, while you're at it, make sure you drop a like to show some support. I'd greatly appreciate it. And leave a comment down below just regarding anything that I talked about in this video. And if you want to watch another Eagles video, you can check this one out right here. And now with all that being said, that's pretty much all I got for this one, guys. So thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.